Hello everyone, it's Kari from sunshineonmypocket.com. Today I have some really fun summery cards to share with you. I'm using this stamp set from Maker Forte, and at first when you look at this, it looks just like silhouette stamps, but there's a lot of things that you can do to add some fun and some texture, and they fit perfectly with the A2 Spotlight stencil that Maker Forte carries. And so I thought I would put these together and make some really fun cards. I have a couple of options and different ways that I'm going to show you today. And I'm first using a powder tool here because I am going to emboss this. And I found this is my favorite way to use these stamps is stamp them in black ink and then emboss them with clear embossing powder. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can add ink later and keep those palm trees nice and dark. So I'm just going to heat set this here and I'll show you just what I mean. These are some really quick and fast cards to make, and they add a lot of pop and they're beautiful for the summer. So I'm going to use my Make Art station here and just attach this with magnets so that I can go ahead and add the color. I've chosen 3 different colors here. I'm going to add them with my blending brushes. I have separate blending brushes that I use just for my Distress Oxides. I don't use these same brushes on Distress Inks because I find that the different formulas make the brushes a little crazy when you combine them. So I have a separate one for oxides and for the different colors, and then I have separate brushes for my other inks. The 3 colors I'm using here are Shabby Shutters at the top, Salvaged Patina in the middle, and Lucky Clover at the bottom. But imagine all the different color combinations that you could do. This is beautiful in any color. Now here is the beautiful addition that I'm so excited for. Maker Forte has these spotlight stencils that fit right in this A2 spotlight, and they have different designs on them and they're so pretty. I have a separate video I'll be sharing soon all about these stencils, but today I'm just going to add them to these summery cards. So I added that stencil on top. I'm just adding the same colors that I added before over the top, and we're going to get a really neat design that's a little bit subtle but adds just quite a bit of pizzazz. Look at that. Now I'll take a tissue here and just wipe off the extra ink that's on those palm trees. Since it was embossed with clear embossing powder, it's so easy to do. And look at the dark black trees that we get again with that beautiful design in the background. The stamp I'm stamping says life is better with palm trees, and I use that same Lucky Clover ink to stamp that. I'm going to set that aside as I do the other backgrounds, and then we'll put all of these together in cards. This Hammock one is a favorite of mine as well. I start off the exact same way with some black ink and then heat embossing that with clear. I'm going to just clean off my stencil before I add it to this one because I'm going to use a few different colors on this one. I'm so grateful for these magnets to just hold this down nice and easy. And for these colors, I'm using Kitsch Flamingo, Spun Sugar, and Dried Marigold. And I'm just blending them on. I like to do some different colors. You can obviously do all of the same color. And for this one, I'm going to use this bubble background. They kind of look like bubbles to me anyway. Circles. Ink the same colors on once again, just in the same manner that I did the last one. This one is a little more subtle. Hopefully you can see that as I wipe off the extra ink, but it just adds kind of a dreaminess to that background. Then I'll just stamp the sentiment on that one, and I'll show you that in just a minute. For this one with the little bus or van, I decided to use some gold embossing powder. And I stamped this one first with VersaFine or Versamark ink. So it's a clear sticky ink. Put that gold over the top, and now I'm just ink blending some blue colors to this one. Here's the design I decided to go with. This turned out so beautiful. Watch this. So I like to use that gradient of colors, but you could use one color for the whole thing or just a couple colors. It's beautiful no matter what you do, but this design really kind of has my heart. Here's the reveal. Look at that. So pretty. I'm going to wipe off that excess ink again, and look at that. We get a really neat background. I think it really adds some pizzazz. This one says, "Life is an adventure, enjoy the ride." And the one with the hammock says, "Happiness is watching the sky from a hammock." Isn't that fun? Now, I have one other card share for you today using this stamp set. This is called Adventure Bottled, and I'm using that round stamp with the little VW bus because I thought it was the same kind of feeling, but this one you get to color up. So if you want more color on your cards, this might be one for you. And I'm using a sentiment from this extra Seaside sentiment stamp sets, and it says, "Some of the best memories are made in flip-flops," which I thought was perfect for this beachy scene. So I heat emboss that, and I'm just going to simply add some tumbled glass Distress Oxide around the edges just to give it more of a sea look. And this is very easy. And then a little bit of glossy accents to the windows to make them shiny. So here is our finished card, a really simple one as well, and very fun and adventurous. Doesn't it feel like an adventure? Yeah, so here you go. Really fun cards. Now I added them all to some colored cardstock mats. Here's the one with the bubble background and the hammock. I added some, I believe this is scrunchy. I'll have to look that up, that cardstock. And then this I added to some of my favorite colored cardstock, which is Welsh Dragon. And then this one is some blue raspberry cardstock in the background with that gold embossing powder. Life is an adventure, enjoy the ride. Look at that sky. Isn't it amazing? Really fun and easy cards to put together. Here's the VW bus one. Again, this one I colored instead of inked up. So there are just so many opportunities and varieties, but these are really fun. Happy summer cards. I hope you enjoyed these processes today and watching as these cards came together and came to life. I will link all the supplies below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It does really help me out with YouTube. And thank you so much for stopping by. Drop me a comment below and let me know which card is your favorite or which color combination you like the best. I love to hear from you. I'll be back real soon with more card inspiration and more summer cards as well. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.